Hello students, welcome back to my channel Academic Study presented by me Sushant Kishore. I know students, I very well know that it's been so long to be here to discuss the next chapter, that is fabric to fibers. Oh sorry, it's not fabric to fibers, instead it is fibers to fabric. As we can see, this chapter has already been removed from your syllabus. So we will discuss this chapter just for knowledge because it is important in your life, right? So let's start. In this chapter, we have very small topics to discuss, which is related to animal fibers, that is, wool and silk. It is just an introduction part, so we'll just read it out and move forward. Okay, here in this introduction it is given we all get fibers from both animal and plants. Animal gives wool and silk, whereas plants give cotton, jute, linen, hemp, etc. So our focus will be in this chapter on animal fibers, and we'll try to know from where and how get these fibers for our daily life purpose. So our first topic is wool, and in this topic we will try to understand how wool is obtained. And it is actually obvious that you have seen yak, sheep, goat, rabbit and other animals whose fleece are sheared or trimmed to get wool, right? And the property of wool is so calculated or so natural. It keeps your body warm by trapping air inside, and air is poor conductor of heat, right? So it helps you to keep your body warm in cold. There are two types of fibers that together constitute sheep's fleece. First one, the coarse beard hair, which is also called kem. It is not the primary source of wool. And second one is the fine soft under the hair, right? And close to the skin. And this is the primary source of wool. Look at these steps or the definitions given on the screen, from which rearing and breeding of sheep. In the time rearing and breeding of sheep, the animals from which we can get wool, they are fed off on grass and a mixture of pulses, corn, jowar, oil, cakes as well. And they are kept indoors and fed on leaves, grain, dry fodder in winter. And it has so many habitats in India, that is Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. You can see on the screen Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat. And now we will move on to the process how we get the wool. The first step in the process of fibers into wool is shearing. Shearing is nothing but the trimming or trimming the fleece of the sheep along with this thin layer attached to it. Shave off them in the hot weather to protect them actually in natural for their survival, right? The uppermost skin is dead, so we just keep shearing them in hot weather so they can survive easily. And the next one is the scoring. After shearing of any sheep's fleece, we get dirty, dusty, greasy hair, and we need to wash it. So the removal of such dirt, dust and grease is called scoring. Third step is sorting. Sorting is nothing but the separating things look alike in one place, other place, so they look all together different, but same at the same place, at one place. Okay, and you can't imagine, it is very hard, tough job because it you can get infected from the bacteria, anthrax. So we use gloves instead, I think, to get rid of these bacteria, I think. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Sorry, step. Meaning of purse. This is the actually we are looking for. We are trying to get the small fluffy fibers, which is called purse. Here is the time we get the required wood to be drawn into fibers. Next step is dyeing, and the last one is rolling. Dyeing is nothing to just keep the natural colors black, white, brown separately and dyed in various colors you want. And the next step is roll. Now, rolling is to keep them straight and elongated. That's it. The selective breeding is the most important thing in these culture. The process of selecting parents for obtaining special characters in their offspring, such as soft under hair in sheep, is called selective breeding. I think you got it from the name itself, what I mean to say. So, here are some illustrations you can find on their habitats, and they are the habitats where we can get wool from them. These facts are very interesting. If you want to keep it down on your paper, you just pause it and look at it for a while and try to note down the things which is important. There are other animals also: camel, alpaca, angora rabbit, llama. It was there in your class book. I just try to illustrate these things so you can understand easily. Next topic is silk. Look at the definition of sericulture. The rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture. In the wool, it was shearing. Here, sericulture. That was the step. Now it is a definition. You can remember it. The rearing of silkworm. Some important notes are there. Silkworms spin silk fibers. Sericulture or culture of silk is very old occupation in India. And here's the illustration how the life cycle of a larva and the adult butterfly is given. Now we have some steps how we get silk instead of wool. Rearing silkworms. Here, rearing silkworm is the same. Earlier we discussed in the case of wool. Rearing of sheaves, of fleece. Here it is cocoon. After that, the whole process is given. These cocoons in a pile are kept under the sun, boiled and exposed to steam. The next, it is separated out, the fibers. Reeling is also a process taking checking out the threads from the cocoons for use as a silk, which is all done in machines. After that, they are spun into a big rope as a rope. Here are the 4 steps to know the life cycle of a cocoon, and there are notes given from 1 to 5. It is also very helpful for your knowledge. Use of silk fibers is weave silk cloth, and soft silk yarn is as strong as comparable thread of steel. Sorry, silk yarn is also obtained from cocoon of silk. Their texture shiny, smooth, coarse, etc. Here are the steps to get a better knowledge of this. First one is shearing, scouring, sorting, cleansing of birds, dyeing and rolling. Just it is all similar as wool, right? So it will be remembered, or it will be easy to understand the facts uh, given on the screen. Here are all the important definitions you have already learned in this chapter, so you can learn it one by one by pausing the video and write it down on your paper for your future understanding. Now we have the NCERT solution as usual, we did in the previous chapter also. So I gave answers, I have given all the answers to the question, but the problem is that actually the problem is the chapter is already been removed from your text syllabus. So no need to worry. If you want to study it by yourself by heart, so do it yourself. It will be very helpful for your future. Okay, take care, bye. Thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and do come back to my channel so I can give you the notes in very short and simple language. Thank you, bye.